Hi guys, so today I'm going to be trying out the new Spellbinders APG of the month for May of 2021, just in case you're watching this later. These items were sent free of charge from Spellbinders for my review, and all opinions are my own. Any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. So this is this month's kit, so if you were to sign up, all that information, you can click there and it'll take you over to the club page, and you can see all about that, the different value clubs, this club by itself. What you're seeing up here is the large die of the month. I'll do that one later, but today we're focusing down here on the APG, which is the mini 3D vignette garden gate, I believe. Had several words and I don't remember if that's the order they're in, but super cute. So today I'm going to use it traditionally the way it's meant to be used, which is this cute little gate here with the little arbor, which is just adorable. You can put the arbor on all of the pieces throughout. So if you're familiar with her vignettes, it's like a card that's like 3D, it's collapsible, you can mail it. Maybe you're not going to put it too flat because depending on what you do with your little flowers and things, but it's designed to collapse. And what helps it do that are these little brackets here on the side, and then these guys. You're going to put one on either side, and then this actually is going to cover that area, just an extra added like detail, but just a pretty feature basically is what that is. We have some little grass dies. What's so cute with the little gate is that you have hinges, super adorable. Look at this, the little lock or clasp or however you can put that there. And I believe you can also add it with a brad if you would like, so it'd be really cute. You have some little accent pieces for like these little parts here of the gate itself. A little plaque, and it has little holes so you can stamp something and then you can hang it here if you would like, which is adorable. Lots of little flowers. You can cut a ton at a time, and then you have your little greenery that you can place wherever it is that you like, of course. And then we have the arbor here. Super cute. If you're familiar with these, they just end up looking really adorable. So what I'm going to do is grab a lot of white paper, because I think I'm going to cut everything in white. I think it'd be cute in craft or brown or however, or if you have stamps, oh, that'd be cute too. That had like a wood grain. You can do that and then have wood grain to it. I wonder if you can make it spooky. If you did it like in black, for Halloween. Very cute. Or something like that, right? Those kind of colors. So yeah, let me just grab some paper and we will get started. Okay guys, so to get started, I grabbed several sheets of heavyweight white paper. I just figured out, to grab plenty of it, but I don't know that we'll need all of this. So what happens is you're going to have basically 5 of this cut out. And the reason I say that is because we have these guys, and as you can see, I popped that out, and the little intricate design did not come out with it. If you want to use that, if you don't want to use that, however you want to do that. So if you want to see all the way through it, you want that intricate design on every single one that you cut. You can do it like this. You can do it however you like. Of course, I'm going to use the intricate design, but we're going to need one for the front and one for the back, and then in the inside here, we have these pieces, and these are separate, but you basically need this so you can hook these guys in here. We need 3, so 1, 2, 3, right? So 3 for the inner, 1 for the outside, and 1 for the back, or front and back. So we will cut 2 of these guys just like this. And I'm just gonna put it on a piece of paper just so you see what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna cut 2 of these guys. And of course I would tape those down. I'll just tape it down right now just so you see what I'm saying. So you don't want that to move. If you want to cut them separately, go ahead, but it's nice to run them through at the same time. That's pretty much what they're designed for. And that way you get your cut and the other pieces at the same time. And just stick them down so they don't shift. With this guy, it does say, you probably want to rubber emboss this or really use an embossing mat just to get that embossing down. Sometimes your machine might have enough pressure to just do it in the first pass, right? Just because these are really, really great. Either way, they really give a good impression. So, but if you want to run them through again to emboss it again, that's up to you. And that would be for like the front one and maybe the one in the back. The other 2 on the inside, you're not going to see them too much. So, of course, with all these same pieces, again, I'm going to tape that down really well, just so they don't shift as I cut. And so I'm going to do 5 of these. And then we have this little piece that covers the sides. When you're done, we want 2 of this piece. And, you know, do you want to have your little plaque in white, or do you want to cut it out in a different color? That's up to you. I'm going to do this later. We also have these little end pieces that I will also do later, because all these smaller pieces I like to do at a separate time. So I'm not going to use that one yet, or the hinges. And then your little arbor. Again, do you want to just put it in the front one and the back one all the way through? I'm going to go all the way through just to give you that oomph, but we will need 5 of these then, okay? So when I come back, I'll have 5, 5, 2, and 2. Okay, and I'll be right back. I do want to show you, I try to keep these together so that whenever the next one and the next one, they're more or less the same. So it's taped and it's going to stay together. And then make sure to clean out your die just so you get a really nice impression or cut the next time. When it starts filling up with paper, any die will have a harder time cutting at that point. So you just want to clean it out. And I'll go on to the next one, okay? And I can see, I just want to show you, I did rubber emboss this one so you can see that. Obviously these little pieces need to pop out, but really, really pretty. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, so I have my 5 arbors here. I have my 5 gates and then the 2 pieces that we need for the side. And then these are just to cover up the side area cuteness there. So, you know, this is the one I rubber embossed, I think. I'd be very hard pressed to show you because the rest of them I just ran through and it was nice and tight. I mean, I didn't rubber emboss these and they look pretty much the same. So, you know, it just depends on your machine how much pressure it has. I did want to tell you guys the size of the largest die here, which would be, I guess, the gate, maybe the arbor too. Just in case you have a smaller machine, you want to know that. It is smaller than 4.5 inches and then just about 3.5 inches the other way. So even a very small machine can cut this and have no problem. And the other one, again, but just about 3.5 inches. And at the widest point, almost 4 inches. So a really nice die set that you can use in pretty much any machine. So what we're going to do is choose 2 of these. Of course, I always like to choose the best looking 2 for the front and the back. And I mean, they're all pretty much the same. But what you're going to do with those is just cut the sides off, the little chads, because you don't need them on these guys. Let me make sure I haven't. Okay. So on 2 of them, just choose 2 of them and just cut these off. You can use a paper trimmer, I suppose, but it's easy enough just to cut them like that. Okay, and I'll be back once I have those 2 trimmed off. Okay, and before I add or put this together, I'm going to put these 3 to the side. These 3 all still have their little chads on the side there. We're going to use that in a minute. We're going to use this in a minute. So again, one's the front and one's the back. Now you can layer everything together like this. So this is the front where the die was pushed in, and this is the back cut side. But if you want to turn this one on the back of your little vignette, then that way it looks a little cleaner when the person looks at the back of your project. But keeping that in mind, you're going to also go ahead and you know, choose your little arbor. We're going to glue that on, and then we're going to turn it around this way when we actually put it together. At least I am. You don't have to do that. Do however you like. And so for all 5 of these little pieces, we're just going to put some glue on here, or whatever adhesive you like to use. And there are little lines there that you can see and line up perfectly. I'll show you. There's like a little score line. Ooh, right about there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera there. There we go. Oh, this one's better. So you can see exactly how high up you need to put this. And then we're going to decorate the front before we add it, but not quite yet, because if it's all decorated with the flowers, it's just probably easier to do it. But that's just how I'm doing it. Again, you do whatever you like. So I'm putting that right on there, again, right up against those little lines. Okay? So these are my front and back because we cut the chads off, and then I'll do the same thing for these guys. Just add our little arbors, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so here are my 3 inners. They're relatively dry. I think they're ready to go. So we have these guys. So we're going to take these. So looking at these actually work this way. They're going to go this way when we attach them. And I hope I put this insert correctly. So what happens is sometimes you'll have inserts. So this is the other thing. If you want to use the insert, which I'm obviously used here, we're going to pop these in. If you don't want to, you don't have to put this insert piece in. You can just glue your tabs. You don't have to use this, right? Sometimes this has an actual direction where it might be lower here and higher, you know, so you have to pay attention to which way you're inserting these on some of the vignettes. On this one, it looks pretty even, so hopefully I did that correctly. And so what we're going to do is take our pieces here. We're going to put these to the side for a minute. And just fold them on the score lines, just to get them ready. I am going to use wet glue because I like using wet glues, they say in the instructions. And your dies will come with a carrier sheet, and it will give you instructions on how to assemble this. And of course, there's lots of videos too with Spellbinders and other folk who tutorialize these fun things. So you can always check those out. So they're going to go up like this with the little 2 tabs up. Okay. And so we need to pick again which is our back and which is our front. Again, I chose, you know, they all look the same. I just like when something looks especially good, that's the front and the back, you know. So I'm just going to turn this one over, and we're going to attach this here. And hopefully you can kind of see it kind of follows that area where we put that in, so it just kind of braces it even better, you know, just in here. And just right in there. That's how I'm going to do it. And then we have the other guy too that we can do the same with. So this is the back side. Again, I'm making it so my back side, the nice side of it, is facing out. If you don't care and you want it just to face in, that's fine too. Just put that on here, okay? So I'm just putting this here. And just kind of in the center of that area. And I'll do the same with this other side. I'm going to let this set up again because I'm using a wet glue, so it takes a little minute to set up. And while you're doing that, you can also kind of pop this in here just to make sure you have it about the right width. But like I said, it pretty much just follows the very center of that, so I think we're good here. Okay, I'll be back once this sets up. Okay, so I think we're good to go. So I'm going to bring my little guys back in, and we're just going to pop them in. So open this up. I try to kind of make sure this is a little gap in there. Obviously it's slit for us, so it's easy to slide this in here, but I just want to make sure it's especially ready. And then this one, and then you're gonna pull down, because see how it has that little notch area, so that kind of helps lock it in. And on the other side, same thing, that last set, and I'll do the same thing, just kind of open it up a little bit. For the other 2 that are going to go before this one. Just take a little finagling, not too bad. You know, I should put that top one first, that way I can be more delicate with that arbor area. There we go. And now this guy. So that's a little tip. Probably pop in the top one, just so you have more area where your hand can go in there and pull that down. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna add in the next one and the next one on these little slits, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I got those in. Don't forget to give that little tug just to get it down, nestled in. Pop, right down in. So what I'm gonna do next is grab the little flowers to decorate, because, you know, if you had this all decorated, you could decorate it. If it was on here and then you went to decorate, and especially if you want to add your little plaque, it might be a little more difficult to do. So what I'm going to do is put this to the side and decorate it here. And then these guys that we had cut are just going to go on here. Just a little extra something. And that's it. So that's what those are for. And hopefully you can kind of see what the vignette does if you're new to these. See how this helps it flatten out, basically. Even with that top piece, it'll flatten out, and then you can send it off. Let me tell you the size of this. It's just about 6 inches tall, and I would say 4 1/4-ish wide, something like that. So let me grab some colors. I'm just going to cut some cardstock that's already, you know, pinks and purples and pretty colors like that I like. So we're going to use these guys on some cardstock. I'll probably go ahead and do this one on a piece of, you know what, maybe I should stamp first. I'll hold on to this till we're ready for it. These guys, the little end posts, I'm going to cut out of white paper. Again, these are the ones they say to go ahead and emboss just to give you a little more detail, but a lot of times the embossing's already there. We have the hinges, and so I think in the example they cut this base piece out in black and this piece out in like a brown color, whatever it is that you would like for your hinges. We have our little latch, I guess. Super cute. They cut it out in black. I think I'm going to do silver, is what I remember seeing in the example, but I think silver would be cute. Or maybe something rusty colored, right? It wouldn't be super adorable. And then these, and just different colors of green. I think I'll do a couple shades just so we have some variation of color. So when I come back, I'll have all those pieces cut and we'll finish up. Just quickly, I want to show you, you can cut out a ton of flowers in one pass, because if you use the same one for both, I mean, that's 6 flowers already in just one little pass of these. So really, really cute. I'm not gonna use those centers because they're purple, but you can put rhinestones, you can put gems, you can use the little centers, of course, as we have them, but I'll keep cutting. I just really like that. Boom, we have all these flowers ready to go. Okay, I have everything cut. I am going to layer up, though, my little centers with my flowers. Now, I cut those out in white. They might be hard to see over here. And, you know, like I said, you want to use rhinestones, something cute like that, definitely. Some drops or anything like that you like. But there are different sizes of flower and there are different sizes of centers. So, you know, you can just, I would say like on the larger flower like this one, put the little larger center. I cut them out in white, just a little something in there. This little guy. And maybe this guy. Okay, so I'm just going to go around and pop the little centers into my little flowers and I'll be back. Okay, so the only other thing I really have to put together, these are, you know, we'll just place these wherever we feel like, are the little hinges here. I left these little guys in their spot just because, but this is the little latch. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. Super adorable. Okay, so these guys. So I just did them in silver, and then we have black background, and I'm just gonna add them together, and I need 2 pairs of these actually, so another 2, so 4 altogether out of this little guy. And I'm just gonna put glue on here, kind of, oopsie, that's the back side. Just pop this little guy on. Okay, it just gives it a background, the black showing through. And I think we're good to go. I'm gonna get a little brad for this little guy just to make it look even more adorable. And I'll be right back. Okay guys, I have my pieces here. I'm gonna try to move them to the side a little bit. Maybe I should have done that before. I am gonna give them a little dimension just so they're not so flat, but we'll do that in just a minute. And these are so small, you can do it just with your stylus tool, with your tool-in-one, however you like. Okay, let's move these guys over. So I'm going to bring this guy forward. He's the only one we haven't used yet. This is the one I chose for the front. And we have our little guy here. So there are slits in this paper. It is very, very delicate. So what I'm going to do is open it up just a little bit more. I'm just using my tool there, because the paper I used also is a little bit thick. I have this guy. Oh, I was gonna say, where's my brad? I'm gonna hook these 2 together right now, and then I'm gonna use the brad to hold it down. This is just for looks. I suppose if somebody wants to try to actually use the hinge, you could probably do that, the little latch area. And so I'm gonna do is flatten them out, go to this other side, and push it through. Hopefully you can kind of see I'm kind of flattening it out so I can get it in here. Pull it back just a little bit and get it going in there. There it goes. Aw. And that way it's already in there, and then we can glue it down. The door doesn't actually open anyhow, so you know the hinge is just, or the latch is there just for looks. I'm gonna line it up over that little thing. I'm gonna take a little micro brad. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. I tell you guys, and I say this every time whenever it's something like this, every little bit of detail that, you know, Spellbinders adds or you put into this, it just looks better and better, you know? So it's just really pretty. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. I'm gonna put the glue on my post, just so I'm not messing with it too much. And I'm gonna hold that down. So it's not gonna be functional in any way, it's just, but that's what I chose to do. And then we have our hinges. So I'm going to take my hinges and just put some glue down. And while I'm holding that, I'll hold these other guys too. And the hinges even have like a little line in the middle, so it looks like it would move. If you can see that little detail right there. And even the leaves have embossing detail too. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can see. There's like a little line right down the center. So cute. So I'm just going to place these pieces and hold everything down. And that's where I'm starting. You can start decorating whatever it is that you like. I didn't use the grass today. I'm not going to, but if you were to put this like on the front of a card and put your little grass, I think that would be really, really cute. It doesn't have to be a vignette, you know, you can make it just a focal point like on a card or something, or on a scrapbook page. Oh, that would be so cute. Okay, anyhow, so I'm gonna stick these other two on this side and I'll be right back. So while those are setting up, I just have my little posts and I put them on some dimensional. This is really dimensional adhesive, maybe a little too thick, but I just cut it off the edge of a carrier, you know, because you can use up all your dimensional. So I just cut into that and put that there. And put that on that side, and then put this one on this side for just a little dimension there. And all right, so we can do lots of things with this. What's pretty about this smaller one too is that you can make this into like a wreath shape if you wanted, you know, to put a little wreath, hang your little wreath up on top. Let me get a third one just so we can get the idea. This one. You know, and then layer it up, and then you have your little flowers, you have a little wreath on your door, I mean, however you want to do it. Then of course we have our longer swag pieces, which is, I'm just gonna layer up a ton of everything. However, you know, I'm probably gonna have to put this guy up here, this one here, and this one here. I'm kind of having it go this way. If you want to turn it the other way, however you want, you know, these guys are facing a little bit of a different direction, so that's always great. So you can kind of play with that, mix and match the colors. And so, yeah, I'm just going to add this in. I think I'm going to decorate mostly the top of this. And then we're going to put our little plaque in here. So I'm just going to eyeball this and see about how I want to do this, where I want my different leaves. Maybe some going down this way. And then I'll glue those down, and then I'll come in with our little flowers and we'll pop them in here and there, okay? So I will, you know what? This is basically what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I just wanna layer it up, so it's not a big deal. I'm just going to start gluing. And I like to leave things kind of open, especially when it's leaves. So I'm not gonna put too much glue. Just let it do its thing, whatever the leaf wants to do. And you can definitely give these guys some texture too. Let me grab my ball tool over here. I don't think it's on here yet. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, and all you need is like a piece of foam or whatever. Sometimes packaging works really well. And I'm just using this ball tool, but you can probably go for the smaller one just to give it a little shape, you know. And if you want to do individual leaf, you know, puffiness or change them up, I would switch out to the smaller ball tool. But I grabbed this one because I'm just going to take my little flowers too at this time and just smash them like that. Just give them a little curvature. So again, I'm just pushing them down, and that'll give them a little shape. Okay, I'll be back. I think I have everybody smashed up the way I would like them to be. So you guys know I like to garden, and so I'm thinking I'm actually going to start it down here, because let's make it look like a vine that did go over the arbor, right? Like my passion fruit vine out there, which is lovely and delicious. So I'm gonna put this right down here. So that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take my little leaves and kind of let them go here and there, kind of going up the trellis area. Okay. And I might cut a little more leaves. We'll see. I might cut some more in the light green because I don't have too many of those. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna glue these coming around here and up around this way, and I'll be back. Guys, so I just built it up this way. Just kind of followed along there. And I'm gonna bring my little guys. So, you know, I'm just gonna put some dabs of glue here and there, and wherever these guys land, I think it'll be great. So like a little guy there. Maybe a little one here. And, you know, I like to do 2s, 3s, mostly 3s. 3s and singles. Like if there's 3, there might be 1, right? I just like odd numbers when I do things like this, but whatever it is that you like to do would be great. So I'm just going to go around and dab in some little flowers here and there, just like that. Like over here, I might add in this big boy by himself. And maybe here there'll be a few of them. Nope, you know what? Let me use my tweezers. That little guy. A little medium-sized guy there. And maybe another little guy. So just randomly like that, I'll just choose whoever, place them here and there, and I'll be back. Okay. Hey guys, look how pretty. And of course, I mean, you can just go wild with this or however you'd like to do it. I'll just show you real quick what that looks like with this all behind it. How pretty. And I just went with purples, kind of stayed in that family. I have a scrap paper here that I used earlier, and what I'm going to do is stamp from the stamp of the month, just a little thank you. Look how cute. And then, I mean, there's lots of cute little things actually that we can kind of stamp on the side of that or around it if we would like to. But let me stamp the thank you, and then I'll see what I think about possibly adding more to it. Got that, and just need some black ink here. You can stamp it in whatever color you would like. So cute. And then I'm going to take the little sign. What I'm going to do is cut an aperture so I can kind of see where I'm cutting this. And actually, I'll just take this Post-it. Don't quite know where that came from, but that's fine. I'll use this and then just run it through to make an aperture that I can kind of see where I'm cutting. I'll be right back. I'm just going to run this through my die cutting machine. And then that will let me see exactly where. You can also just cut this out on your white paper and then stamp it. But I find it's easier to work on something that's a bigger piece of paper than trying to aim for a little piece of paper with your stamping. So that's just me. I'll be right back. I'm actually going to cut this down a little bit just so I can do this a little better. And so that scrap that I ran through, all I'm going to do is unhinge that, take that out. And now I can see through here and see exactly where I'm going to be cutting. And you know what? There's a good amount of space. So what I'm going to do is take my little thank you from here. And since we have, look at the little flowers that are in here. We have this little floral. I know for sure this will fit. So I'm going to use this little guy. And just add a little something on either side of the thank you. Add a little leaf here and there. I think it's cute. Okay. So we'll bring this back. And I can see exactly where we're going to cut. It does have little holes it's going to cut. Don't forget about those. So I'm just going to put this a little bit further down than I normally would. And then I'll pop this back on. And I'll get one more piece of tape. Actually, I have some here. Just so I know my paper doesn't shift. Stick it to the paper there. And I'm going to run this through. And when I come back, it'll have cut it perfectly. Okay, we have our little guy. And I am a jewelry making fanatic, really like beading. So I have quite a bit of like jump rings and things like that. If you don't have them, you can just tie it on there. You know, you can just don't have to do anything. You can just use the little plaque and just add it to your project, right? But I am going to use some jump rings, and I have tons of them. I probably have some that are already open, but I couldn't find them because you know how that goes. So what I'm going to do is open up this set, and this is just probably something inexpensive from Walmart, I'm sure. Maybe a craft store that I might have picked up. And I know people are saying, yeah, I don't have jump rings, because if you don't do a lot of jewelry making, you might not have anything like this, but they're super inexpensive. I'm going to use like maybe this size. And jump rings are usually, they have an opening. Let me see if I can find another one that matches that size. Is it that one? Yeah. There's smaller ones in here. There's bigger ones in here. Whatever it is that you have, I'm sure will work great. If not, you like I said, tie it on with some twine. I am going to use a plier. And I always have these, and I always recommend you guys pick up something like a jewelry plier just to have them for different things. Cut wire with them, you know, these 3-in-1 type things. Normally you want to have 2 of these, and I probably have 15 of them, but I don't want you to feel like you have to have 2. Look, just open it up. And when you open jump rings, you don't pull them open, you twist them, okay? Because if you pull them open, when you go to close it, it just doesn't work as well. So I'm gonna open that up with a little twist. I'm gonna pop it into the little hole there. And I think, I was trying to see if I have to actually hinge it or not. It goes on these guys right here. It'll go here and here. I think, I was wondering if I can close it up before I put it on here, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on there now that it's open, just to give me a little bit extra. And when you close it back up, again, I'm pushing it against my middle finger, just twist it back, okay? So if you pull it open, it just doesn't work the same, okay? Hopefully you see what I did. I kind of just twisted it back. So I'll do the same thing on the other side, just give it a little twist. And you can open it up more, you don't have to have like the finest little twist, smallest opening. And boop, boop, boop. I'm just gonna pop this in here. And this is just for extra cuteness, like I said. This is not required. And just twist it back. Oh my gosh, you guys, oopsie. Let me pop that back in there and twist it better. Also, as you're twisting it back, you can also use the back side or the plier itself just to kind of pinch it. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me clean up a little bit and then we're just gonna pop this on top and we're done. Let me bring this over. Actually, we have a couple other things to do. This and then this. So I'm gonna put these side pieces on. Okay, sorry, my glue was not cooperating with me. When I mentioned earlier, if you don't want to put the slits and you just want to use your tabs to glue them in on the sides, so these tabs are on the inside, you would fold them and glue them to the inside without having the tabs cut. That's up to you, of course. Just popping this on here. So I'll do the same thing on the other side, just to put these little pieces. Just a little added detail. So I'll hold this down and then I'll do the same thing, add it to the other side. Oh my goodness, you guys. So pretty. Okay, so this last piece, we're basically just gonna pop on the top here. So, oh, my glue now she wants to give me too much. Okay, here we go. Putting the glue on there, just getting that ready. And I'm just gonna pop this on top, kind of minding the side to side and up and down, just so it's nicely, perfectly set up there. And that's it. I'm gonna hold on to this just till it sets up, and because I'm using a white glue, but I will be right back. Okay guys, because I am using white glue, I just put my bone folder in there and just kind of pushed it up against the bone folder just to make sure I'm getting that right there. Aww. I know I'm gonna have pictures for you with it standing up so you can see that better, but look how cute is that. Just a beautiful little design. Unexpected and just lovely. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll have the links for you in the description box. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for my review. Keep an eye out. I will be working with the large die of the month next. And yeah, I hope that gave you some idea how to use it. Again, I mean, there's so many ways you can, that little wreath is adorable. And I mean, just go to town. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.